Hi guys, and welcome back to Tea Time with Livy. I can't believe that I exposed myself on the last episode. I hope you enjoyed it though, and I hope it was like, I don't know, you just got something from it. That's the whole reason I really wanted to speak about it, because I'm definitely at the age now where I can like talk about these things and I can deal with it, but I previously haven't been, so yeah. But I've spilled the tea already. So this episode is all about relationships. I feel like I put a lot of my relationship online, as you all know by now, George. Everyone loves him. But yeah, I feel like I'm also super honest when he pisses me off, or the way that I react to things. I do talk about them online because for so long of the relationship, I feel like I kind of just always put the good on. But of course, with every relationship comes some bad guys. Like, it is what it is. It's fucking normal. And I hate it when you go online and you just see these picture perfect things. And it's just never the case. Like, it's never fucking how it seems, let me tell you right now. And I think it's important for you to know that, because there must be so many young girls that go into relationships now because they see all these relationships online. And even older women, and probably expect so much from a relationship, and sometimes you feel a bit disheartened because it's not what you think. But if you truly love someone, then obviously you will get through the tough times. So let me tell you about mine and George's relationship. I feel like it is the funniest fucking thing ever, because I have previously said he is like the boy version of me, and we are quite both like alpha people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like we're both quite bossy. But it works its way out somehow. I do not know how, but sometimes we definitely do clash. I would say that me and George like kind of didn't have a honeymoon phase. I did mention that in episode 1, I think. Like, we actually never had. We did for like the first few weeks, and then after we went on that holiday to Napa, it just kind of, it was not like that. It was serious then, and I feel like we even had the option to like fuck this off, let's part ways because we clearly don't get on, or we just kind of learn how to love each other. Like, I know we obviously loved each other, but we didn't know how each other worked, and I feel like that's when it took us to kind of go deep into things. I feel like we both have like past traumas, we both have like past issues, so we kind of both brought that into this relationship, when that wasn't really the best way to start things off, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, things were probably rocky for the first 6 months, and then we started like actually, like, I don't know, not arguing all the time. Like, we would just bicker over everything, and it's okay, because when you do first get with someone, you don't know them. Like, you literally do not know that person. I don't care what you say. You think you know them, but you don't. You know their favourite colour. Do you know what I mean? You don't know how they react to situations. You don't know what they're like when they're in a bad mood with you. And that's all to come. And I feel like I'm glad that we went through it in that month. And in the first few months, then like obviously we learn later down the line, like, I kind of couldn't have been catfished, if you know what I mean, because sometimes you get with a boy and they're the nicest, most amazing angels ever, and after a few months they're just fucking demons. Like, I'm glad that we just got that fucking phase out the way, and we kind of got to get to know each other a lot more. But I do think that with me and George, I don't know, I feel like we genuinely moved out at the right time. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, me and George had absolute murder before he knew we were moving out, and like, he was the one who wanted to move out. And then when I sorted everything out, he was like getting a bit like fun, like, because I don't know, he was just being a bitch, to be honest with you. And we had like proper bad argument, like, it was really bad. It was probably the worst argument, well, was definitely the worst argument we were ever had, but we were just going for like a really bad phase. I don't know if anyone else is like this in relationships, but you go through phases where you're like in love, you're fucking licking each other's ass. Not actually. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? And then you go through phases where you literally hate each other. And I feel like them phases are always going to be there in no matter what relationship that you're in, especially if you're in one where it's like, you're quite both like explosive characters. Do you get what I mean? You're both strong characters. It's not like I'm like quiet and George is like the loud one, and like we balance each other out. We're both just as fucking bad as each other. But yeah, before we moved out, we literally that weekend we had full blown, like I just said, the worst argument we ever had, and and I thought, fuck you, like I'm literally moving into this apartment with or without you. And I think I'm one of them, me, like I hate holding grudges, especially with George. And I know that people might be thinking, oh, I don't let him walk all over me. Trust me, fucking hell, he has to deal with the consequences of his actions when I go off on one. But I mean, yeah, like sometimes I just do, like when we have an argument, I do just forgive him because I just think, oh, it's not worth it. And I hate the idea of like arguing with him. Do you know what I mean? Like I just hate falling out with your partner. I just think it's different to falling out with anyone else. And it's weird that I'm like that because when it comes to like friendships or anything like that, if someone fucks around me or someone does something, like I'm like, boom, bye, gone. Which is weird because I should have that same forgiveness in me that I have when it comes to like your boyfriend, but it's different, isn't it? And I don't know yet. So we were just going through like a bit of a rocky patch, I would say, at the end of last year. I'm surprised we even made it through it. But when I got the key for the apartment, we'd had absolute murder that weekend, and I thought, either way, I'm moving into this, moving in. Like I'm doing it on my own. Obviously, it was time to collect the keys on Monday, and I'd archived all of our pictures and everyone on Instagram thought we'd fully split up. And then I just done the post when I got my new keys on my own, because I think it was just more like a statement, like either way, with or without you, like I'm doing this kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And I just felt like I was always so forgiving, so I was a little bit scared to post that, but I'm glad that I did, because yeah, we did end up sorting things, of course, to give him a fucking key. But it was, now that we've moved out, I think if we didn't move out, I honestly don't think we would have lasted much longer, because we were just constantly bickering, and where we lived, it was just like just in a bit of a toxic cycle. Do you know what I mean? Like with just a few things. So us moving and like getting out the way a little bit was just like the best decision that we ever made. But it is normal to have them phases in a relationship, 1,000,000,000%. And especially if you get into the point where like you do live with someone but you're not in your own space. Like, I don't know, guys, you can get on top of each other, and it is so much better once you get your own like place. And yeah, I just think, to be honest, this is the strongest me and George have ever been. Like, we've grown so much in the past few months, where we actually, like, it's just like so good. And I don't know, it just was definitely come at the right time, that move, I think. But yeah, I just feel like I do try and be super honest online when things do go wrong in our relationship, because like I just said, I just do want that to reflect on the outside, that not everything's perfect. Not at all. Like, sometimes he literally does me head in. George is like the biggest wind up merchant ever. Ugh, it really does do me head in. But then on the same note, he's the funniest person in the world. So it's just like, which one am I getting today? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I would say that genuinely, it's just kind of, it was mad when I met George, because no one expected that. Let me tell you right now, I think that shocked a few people, like me getting with George, not because of anything wrong like that. I think it was just what the actual fuck, because it's such a weird combo. Like, I mean, it works so well, but it was just like as if this is like a kid. I just never thought I'd get with a lad from by mine. I always thought I'd end up with someone like I just don't know, I just didn't expect it. So when if like I fell in love with him, I was like, for fuck's sake. Everyone as well, always, I feel like I'm at that point now where everyone's just expecting like the next step with me and George, which is so weird. Everyone, single time I put something up, it's like, oh, are you gonna have a baby? You're gonna have a baby. And I'm just like, oh, like, it's so, a few months ago when I first moved in, like, it was not on my mind at all. I'd be like, no, not a chance. But now, like, we've moved in together, and like things are like, I don't know, he's like growing up, and he has proper growth, like he's proper like matured since we've got our own place, which is nice, because I've been asking him to mature for the past 3 years, to be honest. I don't know, now I'm like, it's just like, oh yeah, maybe I will, but then I'm still like, oh no, I'm still too young. Like, it's just such a mad thing. But I do think that sometimes online, like, it's fabricated, is that the word? I don't know whether to say it. Not that there's anything wrong with being a young mum, like, fucking hats off to you, honest to God, hats off to all the mums, because I know how hard it is, but I know how hard it is. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like it's fabricated a bit online now, where like you get with someone, you have your babies, you do your cute Instagram posts, and it's just like, oh, it looks dead amazing. Trust me, it's fucking amazing, obviously, having your baby and everything like that, but it's so draining and it's so hard, and it's like, you really have got to be ready for that next step in your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that just goes away after a fucking few months. Once you take the responsibility on having a kid, it's for the rest of your life. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I know that. I don't know. There's just a lot to consider for me, because it's just like, sometimes, some days I'm like, oh my God, I want one. Other days I'm like, oh my God, no, I need to just focus on my work. Job. But George does really want a baby. So it is a bit like, ugh, I just don't know. But yeah, just never fall into that trap. Do everything in your own time, guys. Because as much as like sometimes I think, bloody hell, is it our next step? We have been together for like 3 years now. It's just like your path. Like, don't ever make it like society feel like pressure. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it does nowadays in relationships. If someone's at like a different point that you are, or like having babies, like getting engaged, and that you're like older than them or you're younger than them, and you're like, is this normal? Like, it's genuinely just your path of life. Nothing should make you want to rush anything, especially not a child, and especially not like just anything. Just take your time. Whatever is meant for you will come for you. But I think sometimes it does leave you in a situation where you compare and like, well, why is my boyfriend not done this? Why is my boyfriend not done that? And you just need to get out of the headspace of looking online and comparing relationships. Sometimes I say to George, like, come on, you fucking little like lazy bastard, get fucking engaged, get like, go and get me a ring, I don't know, engage me or something. And he's like, live like we're 20, like you're 22 and I'm 24. Like, we've got the rest of our lives to do all that. And I'm like, yeah, but you want a baby now? Because I think a ring is less responsibility than a child, but that's just my opinion. I mean, the things that used to cause a lot of arguments in our relationship is going out. And I don't care whether boys are watching this like, oh, she's fucking controlling, she's this, she's that. Like, yous would not have a girlfriend who wants to go out every weekend and like stay out all night. Like, yous just wouldn't have it. Like, so why do you expect us to enjoy that? Do you get what I mean? Like, yeah, that's fine. There's absolutely not a chance. Like, get fucking home. Do you know what I mean? I just don't agree with. I mean, every now and then, absolutely go and have a ball, go let your hair down. I'm all for that. But when it's like an every weekend thing and it's creeping in every weekend, where like, and you're arguing when they go out, like, that's the worst. When they go out and they have a few drinks and they switch the phone off, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is so bad, so bad. So when I say George goes through phases, he goes through phases where he does not leave the house for lunch yet, and then he all of a sudden gets the urge to go out, which is fine, like I said, once in a while, don't really care. But then once he gets the taste for it, we start arguing every weekend following them for like the next 4 weeks, because he starts like wanting to go out every weekend, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot be arsed with this again. So one time we were in one of them phases, and it's terrible. He'd been doing this every weekend now, and like I was getting pissed off with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, stop taking the piss. Why? But the thing that was getting me about it is we'd be sat in bed together, like chilling. We would have just had a pizza or like Domino's or something. We'd be watching a film, and then like his mates would ring him and be like, we're all in the pub. Are you coming? And he'd be like, I'm coming. I'll be there now. And I'm like, you're literally with me. Like, we're chilling in bed. Like, we've just had our tea and that. Like, just because you live with me doesn't mean we haven't got plans. Do you get what I'm saying? I hate it when they do that. Like, just because we live together and that's just us in bed together, like, that doesn't mean that we're not spending time together, having like some food, putting a film on. Like, that's us spending quality time together. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean I personally wouldn't just jump up and be like, at 10 o'clock, I'm just going out with me mate for a few glasses of wine. Like, I just wouldn't. It's different for girls, though, innit? Like, it's different for girls. That is what gets me fucking going. Because how is it different for girls? How is it one rule for me and another for you? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't fucking think so, love. Absolutely not. So anyway, we were in one of these phases where he was like constantly going out, and I was like, oh my God, I swear to God. So this one night he went out to watch the game, and he was like, promise you I'm not drinking. And I was like, fine, whatever. And then he come back like an hour later, and I was like, I'm going to the casino in town. Where's my ID? And I was like, you're going to a casino? You going to a casino? I was like, crying my eyes out. You going to a casino? I was like, oh, just stay in. Like, you can't. You just stay in. You've been out and seen them. Now you've watched the game. Like, just call it a night. And he was like, no, I'm going. And I was like, you fucking little rat. So he took I hid his ID, but eventually I had to give it up because he was going mad. So he went out because all his mates were waiting in the car. So anyway, he went out and went to the casino. And then, little did he know, I had his location on, and basically the car that he's in, when you go over the bridge by mine, you'd have to pay like a toll. So that's linked to my email account, not on purpose, guys. He asked me to set it up for him. I'm not that bad. Or am I? So when he goes over the bridge, it notifies me, you've crossed the bridge. Obviously, it's not me, it's George. But he didn't drive over the Runcorn Bridge. He drove around through Warrington to get back to Frodsham because he knew we were going to the pub in Frodsham, but he didn't. But he knew I had the Merseyflow linked on my phone, so it would have notified me if he come over the bridge. So I was ringing him. He texted me saying, "I'm at the blackjack table." No, you're not. You're in Warrington. You fucking lying little. So I am fuming. Like, you don't get how angry I get, guys. I might just come across as an innocent little fucking human being on here, but I get fucking fuming. And I was lying there in bed and my mum was like, you just calm down, like, just, I promise you, babe, just ignore him, like, blah, blah, blah. You know, my mums just think that they fucking know best. So I was sat there literally shaking with anger. So I went downstairs and I got eggs and flour and I drove all the way to this pub where he was and literally was about to step out my car and I was going to flower bomb his car. And as I pulled around the corner, there's him and all of his mates, and obviously he knows my car, and he just looked at me, and I just thought, I'm gonna have to front this. Like, I can't just be looking like I'm just driving around looking for him, so I'm gonna have to front him. So I put the window down in front of all his mates and said, this doesn't look like the blackjack table to me. I said, you fucking little liar. I said, why are you lying to me about, like, that? Like, that's so weird. Why would you not just say you're coming here? Like, trying to blend that. I was not fuming. But bear in mind, I've done this for, like, 4 weekends on the bounce now. Like, don't take the piss, in my opinion. So I went to flower bombs. Then he was literally stone cold sober. I hadn't had a drop of alcohol. He was like, I'm just about to drop your mates off now. And I was like, oh, please. I can't believe I was just about to egg your car. Like, I felt so bad. But it was just like a psychotic thing just come over me to just, like, go and flower bomb his car. I felt terrible. I felt so bad. But and then he got in bed and was like, you need to stop acting like this because he's seen the eggs in my car. And I was like, I know. I was like, but you did lie about where you was, which I thought was a bit seedy. So obviously I'm going to go mad. You know what I mean? So that's the type of shit me and George argue about. Like, I don't mind. Like, girls will get it. Like, I don't mind when you go out and go and have fun with your mates. But it's just like I've just said, would you want your girlfriend going out partying every weekend? Absolutely not. So why would we want that standard for a boy? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, fair enough, have your good time, you're still young, live your life, but then at the same breath, like, you want a girlfriend, you want all these nice things done for you, the cooking, the cleaning, your washing, all that kind of fucking shit. And then me to just be like, oh yeah, fucking fuck off out every weekend. No, not on my watch. Call me what you want. I just don't agree with it. So that's mainly the shit that me and George argue about. Like, he's going through a good phase now, so fingers crossed for this year. I've got high hopes. So yeah, guys, I feel like relationships aren't always easy to navigate. Like, honestly, it is completely normal going through hard times in a relationship. And people just need to remember that. Like, it just depends how much you really want to put up with, like, honest to God. But I also think it does make you stronger in the long run, but that doesn't mean, like, take every little bit of shit that you get, because honest to God, don't put up with that. I feel like I've been with people in the past who are literally the most vile people ever, and, like, just made me feel like shit. Literally, George helped me in so many ways with so many things, like, and that if someone comes into your life and does that, and George always says, like, we saved each other because we were just, like, kind of literally we were just looking for exactly what we give each other. Sometimes we are hard work and we piss each other off, but that is just life. And like I said, not everything is as easy as it looks and as picture perfect as it may seem online, and that's always important to remember. So some of you have sent in some questions and some dilemmas, and I'm going to answer through some of them and give you my advice and see if I can relate to anything I don't know, my past relationships or even with George. So yeah, let's have a little look through them. I love doing these. So someone sent in saying, what is your opinion on your boyfriend leaving you, getting a new girlfriend in 2 weeks after 3 years? Little rat. Honest to God, relationships are so fucking scary, guys. Honest to God, my trust issues, I have trust issues. And as much as I love George to actual pieces and I actually want to marry him, want his babies, all that stuff, I just feel like it is hard to 100% trust someone. And not saying that I don't trust him in other ways, like he is such a loyal person. But then, I don't know, men are men. And women can be women as well. I'm not saying that it's impossible if you're a man listening in. But I feel like I've had little things go on, like, from growing up, and they kind of, like, stuck with me, and I have got that little bit of, like, past trauma that we'll touch on in another episode. But yeah, I have definitely, like, witnessed, like, with my mum and dad, like, what they went through. So sometimes I'm glad that it happened because it's made me so much wiser. Like, you can't get nothing past me, mate, honest to God, I swear. Like, I'm not sounding cocky or nothing, because, I mean, I'm not sounding too cocky, because this is the whole point of what I'm trying to say about trust, is you genuinely can't, I feel like I'm giving you the worst advice ever, but you can't fucking trust someone 100%, do you get what I'm saying? Like, they could genuinely get up and fucking leave you tomorrow, and leave you in the shit. And I think that's always something to be aware about. And when I say it to people, they're like, you don't trust George, and it's like they try and devalue your relationship. But it's not that I don't trust him. Like, I really hope and pray that he would never hurt me and he'd never do anything like that. But it's just about being realistic. Like, fucking hell, like, men with families literally leave their wives and go and get with someone new. Like, don't think that your relationship's invincible, because I know it sounds bad to say, but it's fucking true. And I mean, my opinion on that, if that was me, obviously I'm getting to the 3-year mark now, then I would be absolutely devastated. But this is what I'm trying to say, like, I mean, I still wouldn't expect it. You can never prepare yourself for something like that. But I just feel like it's 2025. We've got to be realistic with men. Men are little fuckers. And if they want to be the little snakes, like, you can never trust a man, like, 110%, in my opinion. I just feel like the only person on this earth that I trust 110% is myself. Like, because I'm not going to I'm telling everyone my secrets on this. But do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you have got to have your wits about you. As bad as I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I know that my boyfriend would never do this and he'd never do that, because you honestly just don't know. Like, not to bash anyone, because I absolutely love Molly May and Tommy, and we honestly clearly don't know what actually went down with them. But when that whole, like, cheating scandal came around and shit like that, and, like, all girls from Manchester were coming out saying, oh, everyone in Manchester knows this, everyone in Manchester knows this. Like, can you imagine how Molly felt listening to all that? Because she trusted that man. Like, she literally paraded how much she trusted him. And it's just like, sometimes you just got to be on the ball. Do you know what I mean? That's my advice to any young girls getting in a relationship. Obviously, trust them and put your trust in them. But if they ever fucking break your trust or show you some true colours, always take that on board and always remember that. Forgive, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget. Do you know what I mean? And for the person who's suffered with this, saying they've been with someone for 3 years, and they've got a new girlfriend, sometimes you've just got to take things as a blessing in disguise, and you've kind of dodged a bullet, as hard as it is to accept. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and as much as it doesn't make sense now, there'll be at some point in your life where you look back and think, oh my God, imagine he never left me. Imagine he never left me. Like, sometimes things don't make sense in the chaos of it all, but once you're back on your path and everything makes, and you look back, it's like he was part of your journey for a reason, but he wasn't meant to stay. So just always trust the path that's given you. God always guides you, I feel, and he will always reveal, like, a true person's colour. And it's up to you whether you want to kind of see through that or take it for what it is. And it's important to take it for what it is, guys, because this is how we end up fucking stupidly in stupid toxic situations. So just to remember that, you know, trust is a big, big thing, and it takes years and years to build, and it takes seconds to break. So I would always take that in mind. Just remember what people are capable of. And no one can say that they're not capable of. I'm capable of making mistakes. George is capable of making mistakes. Everyone is. And you've got to keep that in mind. It's life. It's the way the world works, unfortunately. But you've just got to always remember that, be fucking realistic and be on the ball, you know. Next question I've got is, what is your biggest relationship ick? Honest to God, the reason I actually know how much I love George is because he doesn't give me the ick. Like, nothing he does makes me cringe. Honest to God, I can't explain it. Like, this is so funny. He's gonna fucking hate me for this. But, like, sometimes when he's got his work pants on and he's, like, crouched down, he has built his ass, and, like, sometimes I don't even say, like, oh, you don't even pull your pants up. I'm just like, oh, I'm just used to it at this point. But, like, usually that would make me be like, pull your pants up, you little scruff. But when it's George, I just laugh. Like, it's just so fucking funny. I don't know, when you meet someone you genuinely love, like, there's nothing that man can't, like, I have seen him in every single situation you could possibly see him in, and, like, he just doesn't make me cringe. He just makes me laugh, like, and I hope, do you ever worry about, like, what their icks are that they don't tell you? I wondered if they've got any. I just think I'm past that point with George now. But you know, George will, like, he won't accept a fart. Guys, he will not accept a fart. I swear to God, he always says, like, I just don't want my girlfriend sat there farting in bed, which is fair enough. Like, I wouldn't actually fart in front of you anyway. But, like, who the fuck are you telling not to fart? What do you want me to do? Like, just hold me farts in? I don't actually fart that much anyway because I'm a girl. So, I'm more of a burper, to be honest with you. Like, I think that's where we went. But listen to how weird this is when he goes on about farting. Yeah, when I was a kid, my mum's dad, my nanny Edna, she's died, but she's buried on this, like, where she's buried, there's this gravestone, and it says, "Wherever you may be, always let your wind be free." And every single time my dad used to fart, or like we used to go and put flowers down in my nan's grave, he used to say that's because the elders farts in there. And I still believe it to this day, but I wonder if it's true. So when George always says, like, don't be farting in front of me, I'm like, wherever you may be, always let your wind be free, because you never know. But my biggest relationship ick would probably just be like someone who's just not insecure. Actually, this is my ick. Someone who is just like, tells you what you can wear, tells you what to post. Like, when I started talking to George, I literally said, I never want you to tell me what I can and can't post. Like, I can post what I want, even if I'm posting in a bikini, and I get on with it. Like, you've got to like, it is what I don't really care. Like, to some men that's so offensive, and like, you should keep your body all covered up, but that's just weird. Like, we've all got a body. If I feel good in a bikini and I want to post a bikini picture, like, it doesn't mean that I want any validation off a man. I'm just literally doing it because I look cute and the girlies will love it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so fucking weird. I hate that. Like, that's one thing I do absolutely adore about George, and I've been in relationships in the past where, like, they're like, you're wearing that, like, they're so insecure. You're so insecure because your bird's like good looking. Like, you hate it. They hate on you. They secretly hate on you. They literally hate on you deep down, because they know that you're catching other a man's attention whenever you walk into a room because you look that stunning. But instead of being an absolute secure, like, man who just knows that his girlfriend's only got eyes for him, and just loving the fact that she's sexy and she can wear these outfits and she can get her legs out, she get her boobs out, and she's confident, like, big that up. Do you know what I mean? I hate men who get with a girl, know what kind of pictures they post, know what kind of outfits they like to post, but still are attracted to her, still get with her, and then try and change the way that she is, and once they're with them and be like, right, well, you're not wearing that, your tits are out, or you're not wearing this. I hate that. Like, mate, you literally like, seeing the way I was before I got with you. So if you really hate that in a woman, why would you try and, like, get with someone like that in the first place? But you don't. They do it because they leech onto confident women, leech onto confident girls, see a spark in you, and they try and take that spark away from you. Never let that happen. I fucking mean it. But that is my biggest thing in a man. Like, if I walked into a room, if me and George are going on a date night and I put, like, the sexiest outfit on, and George never was like, oh my god, you look unreal, and instead he was like, go and get changed now, you're not wearing that, I'd literally be like, well, we're not going out then. Like, are you messing? He would never do that. That's what I love about him. He will take me pictures when I'm in a bikini. Sometimes when I post them, he's like, gives me a little side eye, but he's only messing, you know what I mean? But he'll always like the picture. He's just very much like that. But if a man is telling you what you can and can't do in that aspect, like, fuck them off, honest to God. I hate that. That is such an ick. Ugh. Okay. So on Paul, how do you keep the spark in a relationship? And also, I loved the first episode. I'm so glad you loved it. And right, so I was literally saying this the other day. I was thinking about it as well. Like, it's so weird because me and George are coming up to 3 years now, and like, it feels like yesterday that we met. It's so weird. Like, it does not feel like we've been together that long. 3 years is a long time to spend with someone. And whenever he's in work and he's, like, on his way back, I still get excited to see him when he comes in. Like, I still get excited to get into bed and hug him. And he's the same. Like, we still have that, like, little, like, kiddie energy when we're together. It's proper cute. I don't know. Like, that's it. It's like we're our little inner child. Like, we're just, like, giggly and, like, little. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I would say how you keep the spark is just, like, to try and keep it exciting. Like, I don't really like drinking, so me going out on a date night, like, I just don't know. I don't really, like, enjoy having a glass of wine, and I mean, the odd one, yeah, whatever, but, like, getting drunk isn't really my thing. I mean, when I get drunk, I'm getting drunk just to get pissed. I'm not just, like, having a little drink with me dinner. Do you know what I mean? But I do definitely want to start doing more, like, datey things. But I don't know, I just love spending time, and, like, spending time with George on the couch watching a film or in bed, like, just anything. To me, I don't know, I just love it. I just love being around him. I literally would live in his pocket if I could. But yeah, I think keeping the spark is just, like, never let old habits die. Like, I like that George still gets me nice flowers on Valentine's Day, because I remember when I first started speaking to him, and I was like, I want these pink flowers dead bad. Like, I want these roses. And he was like, maybe I'll get you them. And he ended up buying me them, these 100 pink roses. And I was like, oh my God. And, like, he still does things like that on, like, Valentine's Day or on our anniversary. He still, like, goes out of his way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to just get me, like, a big, nice bunch of flowers, and then, like, not that I wouldn't be happy with, like, a normal bouquet, because I would, but do you know what I mean? Like, I like the way that he still keeps them standards high, and he doesn't ever fail with that. Because I think that, like, I don't ask for anything, like, materialistic. I literally don't. Like, I don't get me wrong, he spoils me rotten all the time, but, like, I don't ask for anything. So when it comes to, like, Valentine's Day and anniversary, it's like, then flowers will be lovely to receive. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I do think little things like that, flowers, little dates, just being around each other, just, and the way that you speak to each other is a big thing. Keep the spark. Like George makes me feel like when I'm with him, he just makes me feel like a little child. Like, I don't know, he just makes me feel dead safe and giddy. Like, I just love that about him. So I think that's important because yeah, I still like get little butterflies when I see him sometimes when he's not being a prick. So another one is, do you think relationships work after cheating? It just, I don't think so. I feel like it depends what spectrum of like cheating we're talking about here. I mean, some, because it is, you can see, I've seen people who like have got past that and have like got past that like shit with partner, shit like that. But I just think it depends what like spectrum we're talking. Do you get what I mean? If you think that you can forgive and you can forget and you can like move on with that, and you know that that person is going to change, who am I to sit here and judge you? Do you get what I mean? I always say when people are dead harsh on people who have been through that, like people who are with when the mates and the mates are with, like, let's say your friend, for example, she's with a bit of a dickhead and she's, you know that she's getting mistreated and you know that he's doing things and he's up to no good and he's doing all kinds, and you can't be that friend that goes up to her or goes and speaks to her and it's like, you need to leave him, you need to do this, you need to do that, because people will only learn in their own time. That is what I always say. Your friend might have just got cheated on and she might be back with him and you're thinking, what the fuck is she doing? Like, why has she done this? But there will be a day where she does realise and she comes to her senses, whether that's in 6 months, whether that's in fucking a year. If she wants to waste that time, not waste it, because you do have to go through these things in life. Everyone's been cheated on. I've been cheated on. I just feel like, obviously, you know whether you want to be with that person for the rest of your life or whether this is just like a kind of a flag, like, you know what I mean? Like, bye. It really is up to you, but I just think you can't judge anyone for whatever decision they make, because it is how you feel in that situation. And I'll never judge anyone that ever come to me with anything like that. I would never think you were a mug. I wouldn't think you were a dickhead. I wouldn't think you were anything. I would just wait for you to come to your senses, and that's for you to do in your own time. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you do have to go back a million times and get hurt and hurt again and hurt again and hurt again until the penny finally drops. And you, hopefully, if you have got good people around you and you've got true friends, then they'll be there to pick you up every single time. As annoying as it is, because we've all been in that situation with our friends, you've got to understand that sometimes people, until you're in that situation yourself, until you're in that person's shoes, you really don't know what it's like to go through that with like what they're going through or what they're feeling like. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I do think it is like being realistic, being honest. I'm not one of these people who are going to sit here and be like, if you get cheated on, you need to leave. Absolutely not. If you feel like you and your partner, you've got kids, or you've got something special and something's happened and you're really going to try and move past that point, and you truly do believe that they're going to change, whether it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, then you do that. But you just remember, what is it? One time's like, what is it? If you fuck them over one time, if you like trust them one time and you forgive them one time and they still fuck you over again, then I just feel like the second time, fuck you. Go and fucking suck on that. I would not have it, mate. Not a chance. I feel like people can make mistakes, fair enough, but if it's a constant cycle and you are literally with a serial cheater, that is a different story. I'm talking about like a mistake. If it's a serial cheater, get away from them. They're never going to change, and I just fucking hate them. But only people, the sad thing is, guys, people are in love with these serial cheaters. Like, did you watch that Bad Boyfriends by Olivia Atwood? Like, I could not believe what some of them girls were like putting up with. I'm talking about like, if your fella makes a stupid mistake and you're like, oh, and it still hurts you, but you feel like what you've got is too deep to like leave over it, then absolutely forgive and forget and try and make something of the relationship. But if it's something like that where your fella's literally cheating on you every single weekend or doing snide shit all the time, like, see you later, you deserve better than that. And I promise you now, it does get easier when you leave someone. I remember when I got cheated on, I was like, you think you always want what you can't have, and it's the most disgusting. It might just look back in actual cringe and like cringe at the way I used to be. It makes you feel ill, like, oh my fucking Lord. And I remember when I got cheated on and I was like, oh, I like, what the fuck? And I remember my mate came around one day and I was sat with my mum And she literally said to me, right, you need to sort your head out, like you need to sort your fucking head out. What are you doing? Like, he's literally not waiting. Why are you? He's just like, what the fuck? Like, everyone was just shocked by my actions because I'm always felt like strong-minded, and I've just thought, oh my God. But it was just like laughable at this point. Like, honest to God, I was laughing at it. I was literally laughing at the fact that, like, oh, I just done what I done. It was so fucking funny. And now, like, it's just hysterical because I remember when my mate come around that day, and my mum, they were like, right, stop it now, change my number, blocked them off everything. And I just never ever spoke to them ever again. And I was like, that's it, that's good. And then I met George like 2 months later, and I was just like, wow, it's so mad when one door closes, another one opens, let me fucking tell you. And I'm so good. Like, I remember being like, oh, I want to go away for my birthday. And it was like fucking not even, it was like something so cheap, I can't even remember. And they were like, what you, and then when I met George, and we were literally just fucking flying around the earth. And I just thought, like, oh my God, don't be crying over a boy that fucking hasn't even got his own, like, it was just a fucking absolute ming, honestly. You'd be surprised what lads are like these days. I just can't believe I got, like, oh. I'm just not normal. Younger me actually scares me, but I feel like that when I go through things, I honestly feel like I was definitely just like seeking validation, because I just had been like tethered by lads for so long, so I just went for like the most like weirdest fucking. I just really fucked up on that one. So yeah, but back to the question. I do think relationships can't work after like a certain level. Like, say if they slept with someone, or like they'd done something like really bad like that, then I honestly don't know if it could recover, because like I said, personally, I don't think I'd ever be able to forgive them for that. I just always think about it in the back of my mind. But if you're prepared for that, and you think that it's honestly genuinely worth it with your partner, like if you've got kids and shit like that, then maybe it is worth giving a second go. But like I said, you can always forgive once but never let it happen again. Do you get what I'm saying? But like on another level of like finding messages or cheating in that aspect, like, I don't know. It can be forgiven, guys, but it's just how you stand on business. Do you get what I'm saying? And I hope you all stand on business, because getting cheated on is just shit, and it's honestly not worth it. It's not worth the stress. Once you leave a cheater, you just like have the biggest realization ever. That's what happened to me anyway. So the next one is, how would you handle dating again after falling out of how would you handle dating again after a failed long-term relationship? This is a tough one, and to be honest, this is actually something I have thought of before. Like, you know, when I was saying the other day, when me and George went through that really rough, when I was saying the other day, oh my God, I mean like literally a few minutes ago, that me and George went through that rough like patch just before I moved out, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm fully not gonna like be with him. Like I was like, because I was just like as if I was sat with me mate, and we were pissed. Yeah, we fucking drank all kinds of wine. I was sat with me, and I was like, I'm gonna plan me announcement. I actually fucking wrote me announcement, and I was like, me and George are no longer together. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And she literally looked at me and was like, Liv, do not post this right now. Like, we are fucking bladder, please don't like put yourself in this situation unless you're like fully for real. And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. And I come off it and was like, delete. And it was so funny. I literally rang her the next day and was like, oh my God, imagine if I posted that. Like, I literally felt ill. I couldn't believe that I was going to actually post it. But yeah, so but obviously when that had happened, I was honestly thinking like, how do you even go back into normal life after being with someone? Obviously, I've never been with anyone like I've been with George. I like live with him. Like, all it's a different type of love. Like, I've never been in love until I met George. So I always do worry. Like I said, like, it doesn't matter how secure you feel with someone. Like, you always worry because you just don't know what can happen. Like, that girl who just typed in saying he just left me after 3 years randomly. Like, that's so fucking weird to me, because how can you just pack up your bags and leave someone that you're meant to be in love with? It's just so weird. But unfortunately, that's life and it's scary. But yeah, I have thought about it before. Like, how would I act? I do not know. Because I don't know whether it would be like I'd go one way or the other. I think I'd either go celibate, or I'd definitely go celibate. Like, I was thinking that the other week when a situation happened, I was like, I'm never sleeping with anyone ever again. I just don't know. I think maybe truthfully, I think I would genuinely just like focus on myself and have the biggest, heaviest glow up ever. Like, I would put all that anger and all that hate into like I don't know, go and like walk or sort of like go and get a Pilates, go and do Pilates and just like be that bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like just look fabulous, do everything to piss him off, really. Like, can't lie, that's what I would do. But then obviously it just becomes normal life eventually. Like some people, if you keep yourself busy, you can bad bitch a fucking breakup. It is hard, but you get skinny because you can't fucking eat. Which is always eat, by the way, girls, but it is hard. Like sometimes you just don't feel like food when you're honestly going through a breakup or you're going through anything like that hurts. But I mean, you can't honestly bad it. Like some people I just see on Instagram lately. I mean, I know like I've been saying not everything is how it seems, but they come out with big long term relationships and they're just like sliving. Like sometimes you do just have to do things for yourself if you feel like something's not right. And even if he does, and have you ever seen that quote? Oh my God. Have you ever seen that quote where it's like girls after 2 weeks, girls after 2 weeks, like men after 2 weeks, and it's like they're already with someone but we're still crying. I think with women it does just take longer, but it's fine because we heal properly, whereas it hits them like 6 months down the line. So just remember, the grass isn't always green on the other side. It's green where you water. That's what I say. But yeah, guys, that is just a few little things that we've delved into and a few things about my relationship. I feel like sometimes opening up about a relationship can just help anyone, really. But yeah, I've loved answering some of your questions, and make sure you send some dilemmas in for our next episode, which I'll leave the email here, and you can literally send anything you want in and I'll answer yours. But yeah, that is everything on me and George and some things. So I hope you've been able to relate to some of these things, as I know it's easy to get caught up with so many things online. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. Please make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on all channels, which is just Tea Time with Livy. And thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye, guys.